Charles Schulz's Peanuts remains one of the most beloved comic strips in history, a timeless cultural institution that has spanned generations through comic pages, animated specials, and feature films. While Charlie Brown may be the series' lovable everyman, few characters have left as heartfelt an impression as Linus Van Pelt, the thumb-sucking philosopher best known for his security blanket and quiet wisdom. But behind Linus' creation lies a touching, real-life friendship that helped shape the very heart of the Peanuts universe. Linus Maurer, the man behind the name. In a 50th anniversary retrospective on Peanuts, Charles Schulz recounted the moment he first sketched the character who would become Linus Van Pelt. At the time, the young cartoonist was experimenting with facial designs and wild hairstyles, uncertain of the final direction. Not entirely satisfied with the design, he turned to a trusted confidant, Linus Maurer, his friend and fellow artist from the Minneapolis College of Art and Design. Maurer, like Schulz, would go on to work at the Art Instruction Schools Incorporated in Minneapolis. It was during this period that Schulz showed him the early sketches of the character. Inspired by their friendship and grateful for his input, Schulz decided to name the character Linus in Maurer's honor. This small but meaningful gesture became a cornerstone of Peanuts history. As Schulz's career soared and Linus Van Pelt became a household name, Maurer remained a proud and humble figure tied to the legacy. He fully embraced the connection and appreciated the character's longevity, carrying that pride with him until his passing in 2016. A creative friendship that left its mark. Linus Maurer was a creative talent in his own right. He penned several syndicated comic strips during the 1960s and 70s, including Old Harrigan of Sleepy Eye and Abracadabra, later creating In the Beginning, a strip with a more spiritual tone. He also designed the widely published Math Puzzle Challenger, blending his passion for illustration with logic and education. The visual similarities between Old Harrigan and Peanuts are striking, especially in the characters' exaggerated head shapes and minimalist aesthetic. These echoes suggest that Schulz and Maurer were more than just friends. They were creative collaborators who influenced each other in subtle but meaningful ways. In fact, Schulz paid homage to Maurer directly in the Peanuts strip from April 30th, 1957. In it, Charlie Brown examines a drawing Linus is showing off, pointing out that the characters all have their arms behind their backs, a clever nod to the stylistic quirks of Maurer's Old Harrigan strip. It's one of the many quiet moments where Schulz acknowledges the impact of his longtime friend. Their bond lasted decades. Even as their careers diverged, the two continued to meet regularly for coffee well into their later years, right up until Schulz's passing in 2000. Maurer continued drawing until his own death 16 years later, a life dedicated to creativity, friendship, and storytelling. Linus Van Pelt, the gentle heart of Peanuts. In the Peanuts canon, Linus isn't just Charlie Brown's best friend, he's his moral anchor. While Peanuts rarely traffics in overt villains, its characters often reflect the range of childhood personalities. Linus' own sister, Lucy, is infamously abrasive and domineering, yet Linus remains unflinchingly kind, compassionate, and grounded. Despite his insecurities, his attachment to his blanket, his occasional naivete, Linus offers some of the most profound observations in Peanuts. Whether quoting scripture during the Christmas pageant or comforting Charlie Brown in his lowest moments, Linus consistently acts as the strip's voice of wisdom and hope. It's easy to interpret this characterization as reflective of the real Linus Maurer. Just as Linus Van Pelt was always there for Charlie Brown, Maurer seems to have served a similar role for Schulz, a quiet, thoughtful presence, offering encouragement, humor, and camaraderie throughout a lifetime of friendship. A character born of respect and real emotion. The story of Linus Van Pelt is more than a footnote in Peanuts history. It's a reminder that the best fictional characters often begin with real human connections. Schulz didn't just create a character out of thin air. He channeled his admiration and affection for a real person into someone who would go on to comfort and inspire millions. That personal bond, immortalized through a simple name, gives Linus a unique warmth that resonates across generations. In a strip known for its quiet emotional truths, Linus stands as a tribute to kindness, loyalty, and the quiet strength of friendship, just as Linus Maurer was for Charles Schulz.